Yeah.
5 scoring drives, 11 plays, 10 plays.
9 plays, 10 plays, 10 plays. How important is it not only to get the points, but also to kind of wear out a defense and put together some long, successful drives?
Yeah, it's important. Our backs ran hard. Line did a good job blocking, obviously, and both our fullbacks in the game did a nice job. And, of course, the receivers blocking downfield. But, getting those tough yards, those yards after contact, instead of a 3-yard gain, you're getting 4 or 5 yards. And it was good to see some cutback runs, some guys make some physical runs and all sorts of things. And they opened up some play actions and all that and some nakeds. But overall, it was a good performance by everybody. Now it's just time to move on. Unfortunately, it doesn't count. But what I was impressed with was the way they came out, offensively and defensively. We got a couple stops right away. Got some pressure on the quarterback, which was exciting. Special teams did a good job other than a couple penalties. But overall, all 3 phases, I think, something to build off of, and that's all we were looking for.
Coach, you mentioned during training camp and during those practices that there were some guys that you weren't sure would show up or guys that you thought would show up and didn't. Who maybe surprised you or caught your eye tonight?
Well, just on the sidelines, I got to watch the tape. It's hard to tell the interior guys' alignment until you watch the tape. But, obviously Silas Red had some physical runs, was impressive, and then Lake Seastrunk came in there and had a couple splash runs, which was good to see from a receiver standpoint. Obviously Ross had another big catch. He's made some big catches all along. And Aldrick Robinson, he just continues to make play after play after play. And then defensively, it was good to see Rackbo get a sack and some of the safeties fly around, not only on defense, but on special teams, like Akeem Davis. I saw him make a big hit on special teams and do a good job. So there's a lot of guys that I think just from the naked eye, did a pretty good job. But now it's time to watch the film, correct them, and continue to build on what they're doing.
Coach, what can you really glean, I guess, from Robert's brief time out there on the field today, from your vantage point?
Robert Griffin?
Yes.
Oh. I thought you said Roberts. Andre. But, not a lot. We had a little plan for him, the first 5 or 10 plays. We're trying to get the running game going, obviously with Alfred, try to get some runs going, try to get him outside the pocket. And if we had third down, we had a couple third down plays scripted, ready to roll. And unfortunately, we didn't finish that drive. But, took a play action shot, didn't work, and then we came back on a third down in the red zone, and he had to throw it away, had a little bit of pressure. But overall, he managed the game, got the guys out of the huddle. We got what we wanted to do. We got about an 8-play drive together, got off the field, and, something to build off of.
Because that drive was so long, were you considering sending him back out there again just to get more reps?
No, we had a plan of about 8 to 10 plays for the ones. We got it on the first drive, so they were done, That's what we wanted. Just want to get them out there. This is about the first preseason game is about for the ones is to get out there, get in pregame warm up, put their pads on, come out of the tunnel, understand what it takes to start the game, and then get them a few plays and get them out. And next week, they'll have a few more plays. In third preseason game, we'll have more plays, and we'll get ready for Houston.
Jay, you just mentioned the ones. New England didn't play half their ones. How much do you really take from this? It's preseason. They're not playing half their starters.
I don't take anything from it. All I take from is what our players did and how we can improve on our performance moving forward. That's it. And that's what the preseason is about. We're trying to evaluate players. We're trying to build up what we're doing and continue to teach our concepts, teach our fundamentals, teach our everything we're teaching about football. But as far as win and losses, we don't really – obviously you want to win, but we're trying to evaluate people more so than anything else.
Coach, I thought that Ryan Mallett did a pretty good job in camp just watching him this week, but how do you think the defense responded? What do you think they saw from him this week that maybe helped them in this game without watching
the pass rush was live, number one, and we were able to get some pressure and force them to throw the ball away and make some hurry throws and some decisions that he didn't have to make, a little bit quicker than he might have had to in practice. But, that's the whole thing is you give these quarterbacks in the NFL time to throw, they're going to dice you. And fortunately, we got pressure on them at the right time, and hopefully that's a trend. That's something that is mandatory in the NFL with the teams and the quarterbacks that we play. So we have to continue fighting our guys every day to make sure they're working to rush the quarterback and relentless pursuit to the football because, like I said, there's a lot of great quarterbacks out there, and if you give them time to throw, we've learned the hard way that they'll dice you up.
Jay, a major emphasis for you and has during the offseason was improving the tackling from – I guess our position looked pretty good out there. What did you see, and were you satisfied with what you got there?
I was happy with the tackling. That was impressive because I'm telling you, New England's got 4 backs that are very, very good, maybe 5. they didn't play any starters, but those 4 or 5 backs, they can start for a lot of teams, and they're very good. And I think their line was out there for a little while. So it was good to see us wrap up. It was good to see us gang tackling and just fly around to the football. I just felt good watching these guys. I'll watch a tape too, but I felt good about the pursuit angles. I felt good about the finishes and the tackles. I felt good about our secondary. But I'm sure there's a lot of correctable things that we'll notice on tape, and that's what it's all about right now. But the main thing we want to get out of that, we want to set our standards high as far as pursuit and tackling, and so far so good, but obviously we have a long way to go.
Jay, in the second half, they were a pretty steady diet of C-Strunk and Red. Just your initial impressions on those guys?
Yeah, I was impressed with both of them. Red between the tackles is, he's a good power runner. He's got great vision. He's shown in practice so far, and we want to see him carry over into the game, and it did today. Lake is obviously known for his big play ability, and he popped a couple again today. I hadn't shown that much in practice. You can't really tell in practice because it's, just thud. But it's good to see him get out there. You just got to do a better job of lowering his pads. He takes some of the more violent hits I've seen a running back take. He's got to lower his pads when he gets near the sideline and in the holes. But very impressed with both of them.
Coach, Ryan Grant seems to be a guy that whenever the ball comes near him, he snatches it. Is that sort of, a reputation that he's beginning to build? And what are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, it is. It is. And he's taking advantage of every rep he's dang near gotten in training camp. And again today, he caught a quick out and obviously made a great catch on the bootleg that Colt threw him. And he's an impressive kid. He's very mature. He's doesn't mess around one bit. He's focused individual, one of the more focused players I've seen in a while. And it's great to have him, man. He's going to continue to get better.
Yes, Coach, you had said, I think it was yesterday, that one of your priorities was keeping order on the sideline, keeping organized and calm, and the communication.
Eliminate the chaos, yeah.
Yeah. How do you think you did on that? And then if you could speak also to any emotion or joy, anxiety, thrill upon walking out.
Yeah, it was chaotic more so for me than everybody else. Everybody else was more. It was a little crazy just with all the headsets, and I had defense on one line, offense. I'm used to just coaching offense, but it was a little different today. But overall, I felt good about the order. I felt we were organized. From pregame warm-up, I was out there, and everything was good. And but having 85 to 90 guys on the sideline, it's rough. But overall, I felt they were all into the game. They were attentive, but it was great. It was an exciting experience coming out of the tunnel, seeing the fans here, and it was something I'll always remember. Too bad it was a preseason game, but I'm sure the first home regular season game will be a little bit more intense.
Hey, what were your impressions of your kickers?
Well, we'll look at the tape, but obviously, we kicked off one time out of bounds, and we missed the field goal, but luckily we got the delay game, and Zach had a couple good kickoffs and a good tackle, and made a field goal, and Kai. He had the kickoff out of bounds, like I said. So that's a decision that's going to come after the fourth preseason game. I know it. We're still going to script as many kicks as we can throughout practice and try to challenge them and make a decision. I don't know where it's going to go, but there's really nobody leading right now. It's going to be down to the wire, I'm sure.
Yeah, you had some kind of powerful running with Alfred and with Red. Some speed with Lake. Is that kind of how you envision this running game being once the season gets going?
Yeah, you'd like to have that. You'd like to have thunder, lightning, or so to speak, or just have a couple thunders. It doesn't matter. But I think, Alfred's going to get his bulk of carries, and he's going to need to have a rest every now and then. And whoever that guy is, whether it's Roy, whether it's Silas, whether it's Lake, whether it's Chris Thompson, that is to be determined. I think Roy had some good runs today, had a good catch, I know, and some runs after the catch. So he's done some good things, but to find a second and third back is going to be important for us.
It didn't appear so, Coach, but were there any significant injuries coming out of this, or just everybody got out of it pretty good?
I don't think anything was significant. I think Roy hurt his knee a little bit, and a couple other little minor tweaks. I'm trying to think who else. I'm not sure. Roy Halou, yeah. But he'll be okay. Chris Thompson hurt his ankle a little bit. Adrian Robinson got the wind knocked out of him, but he came back in. And I think that's about it. Might have been somebody else. I can't remember.
Anything else, guys? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.